Disney is expected to unveil details of its new streaming service. Some are wary about the numbers they might talk about as well. Anyway, Julie Boorstin joins us now. What are the expectations?
Well, I think tomorrow what investors really want to hear is how much this service is going to cost and a little bit more details on when it's going to launch. Bob Iger had said that it'll launch by the end of the year, late 2019. The question is exactly when and for how much. He said it would be less than Netflix, but we'll see. Does that mean $5, $6, or does that mean $8? But I think what tomorrow is really going to be about is Bob Iger showcasing the breadth and depth of Disney's brands and its library. You're going to see Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, all
the new Fox properties,
including National Geographic. You'll see Avatar. And Disney's going to show these are the iconic brands. If you have a family, if you have little kids, you're going to want to subscribe to this. I think another thing they're going to really focus on here is that this is going to be movie theater quality content. There are going to be stars from the Marvel universe that are going to be making shows and films they're going to only be able to see here on Disney Plus. So it's really going to be something that you won't be able to get anywhere else. And they're going to be trying to convince people that it's worth subscribing to this in addition to Netflix and all of your other things.
Talk to me about the Avengers and this movie Endgame, which is blowing through box office records, knocking out Star Wars franchise, for goodness sake.
Absolutely. Now, Avengers Endgame, this is the end of the Avengers franchise.
No way.
Well, they may come back with some of these characters later.
The prequels.
But this is the second half of the Avengers Infinity War movie. So I don't know if you watched the first one.
But was the first one 3 hours long? Because apparently this
it wasn't quite as long as this. It will be 3 hours long, and the pre-sale numbers have been through the roof. It has not only broken records, but it has sold more than a bunch of these other movies, including Aquaman, including The Last Avengers and Last Jedi combined.
Crazy.
So this movie is going to be huge. There have been speculation it could have a $300 million opening weekend. But you mentioned that it was 3 hours long. One thing that's funny here, usually movies that are that long have a hard time hitting huge numbers opening weekend.
Right.
Because there are only so many times a theater can show them, but there's so much demand for this movie. So many people want to find out what's going to happen to these characters. I think it's going to be huge.
Wow. Huge in my world today, Tyler, is that Chip and Joanna Gaines are launching at long last their new TV channel with Discovery. Julia, is there anything kind of new media to say about this, or is this just a bet that these two, their brand, can help Discovery stand out in this ever-crowded universe?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I know you're a big fan of them, and what Discovery is betting on here is that they're going to rebrand one of their existing channels and bring their star power, Chip and Joanna Gaines' star power. Their new network is going to launch in 2020. There's also going to be an app, so if you subscribe to cable TV, you'll get this custom app with a full library of all of their shows they've ever done. Easy to search and browse on your app. The key thing, though, is they're going to launch a subscription service, but we don't know anything about it yet, and we don't know how much it's going to cost.
And it's a crowded field. They have to make sure they stay relevant, and the show hasn't been on air on HGTV now for a while. They are. That show is great.
Incredibly long.